bring yourself into a tabletop position. So hands are under the shoulders and knees are under the hips. And we'll just start to take cat and cow here, representing and feeling the spine moving in a beautiful way. Okay, opening up through the vertebrae. Can you sense the openness through each of the vertebrae, especially when you come into a cat? You could probably feel it in the lower spine a lot. And then when you come into a cow, you might feel it again in the lower spine and maybe even the neck as you lift your head. And then do that again. Really long, controlled breaths. And then just kind of wave your body in a way that feels good and right for you. So just coming to the flow of things, whatever that might mean for you. Maybe even walking your hands up to the top of your mat, sliding the hips all the way back and around. Nice. And then just go ahead and slide your hips all the way back. Keep your arms super long. As you drop down into a modified child's pose, the head will come down. You just feel it opening through the back of the spine. Expansion from the belly button to the fingertips, from the tailbone to the belly button. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale. Nice. Slide yourself back into a tabletop. And we're just going to take a wave up with one arm and then back again. And then do that again. Big wave up and then back again. And one more time. Draw it up. And this time land it under the other arm. We're going to come into thread the needle as you look beyond the hand. Take the other arm to the top of the mat in your arms as a clock. And then take the hand that's facing or drawing up to the top of the mat, lift it up and wrap it around the back here. So open up through the shoulders. Okay, so one shoulder's drawing away, the other one is drawing down into the earth. Okay, take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice, and then just place that hand under the shoulder as you bring yourself back into tabletop. And then we'll take the wave of the other side. So take the arm, reach it up and away. And again, up and away. Feel how your spine just moves beautifully here. Up and then feed the hand under the armpit. Look in that direction. Keep the hips high. Send the arm high up to the top of your mat. Look beyond the arm. Take a breath in here. Exhale. And then take that arm and sweep it around. Just find the lowest part of your back and kind of wrap your arm up here. One shoulder drawing away, the other one drawing down. And then take a breath in here. Exhale. Yeah. And then draw your arm back under your shoulder. Okay. Draw yourself up onto tabletop again. And this time you're going to just walk your hands to your thighs. Inhale, come into a kneeling mountain here. And then just slide your arm to one side. And then come back to center, over to the other side. We're going to see this as we stand and we come into our moon salutation in a crescent standing. Good. And then the other side. Okay, let's wake up the hips for the next set of movements. Okay, so just bring your hands to your hips, slide your weight to your left, bring your right foot forward, bring your hand on your thigh, and then just move yourself back and forth from here, back and forth. So feeling that crescent lunge coming to light. Good, and breathe. Nice, and then bring the knee over the ankle, bring your hands to either side of the foot. Toe heel the foot out to the side. Here's where you might use your block to the inner part of the leg. And then just dip down and lift up. Okay, just dip down and lift. One more time here. Dip down and lift. Good. Hand on the thigh. Okay, and then just open the leg up to the side. So roll onto the outer blade of the foot. Lift the head and heart, move your heart away. Okay, think about the opening of the hip. As we move into our moon salutation, okay, there's quite a few hip openings here, so we're just warming it up. Good, and then bring it all the way back. Okay, and then from here, again, if you want to use your blocks for this, you can go ahead and you're just going to walk your hips back and take your leg, extend it, and come into a hamstring stretch here. And don't go all the way deep into it right away. Just kind of coax yourself down and up. Okay, it doesn't have to be too aggressive. You just want to feel the end of your hamstring at the top of your thigh. Inhale here, good. And then exhale, just float the heart over the thigh. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Bend the knee, okay? Bring the foot back under the ankle. And then frame the foot again. Curl the back toe under. Lift the knee off the ground. Good. Pause here. Okay? And then just drop the knee. And then lift yourself up, 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 and just come into a beautiful variation of Warrior One. Okay, so just again, opening up the hips, getting us ready for the big moon salutation. Okay, the whole sequence is quite extraordinary. Okay, take a breath in, exhale. Nice, just bring your hands on top of your thighs. Okay, pick up your back heel, square your hips. So now that you're on the back ball of your foot, and we come into a lunge here. Big breath in. Good. Nice. And then exhale and fold back over the foot again. Bend the back knee and then step forward. Forward fold. Okay, come on halfway up. Pick up the tailbone. Exhale, draw the body down and around. Good. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. And then from here, bend the knees. You're going to keep the left foot where it is. Take the right leg back and down. Bring a block or bring your hands to the ground. Okay, and you bring your hands to the in part of the foot. And then we're just going to come down and up again. Okay, so down and up. Nice. Stay with the breath and up. One more time. Down and up. Bring your left hand on your left thigh. Okay, and then you're going to open up the leg to the side, rolling onto the outer blade of the foot, and then lift the heart, move away from the thigh, and just feel yourself kind of open up through the hip. You can draw a lot of power in the hand, pulling the thigh bone away. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice. Bring the knee back over the ankle. Okay, and we're going to milk the joints again, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, if you need to prop something under that back knee to make it a little more comfortable, you go ahead. And the next time the hips come back, you're going to keep going, keep going, keep going. Lift up through the chest. Okay, help the leg to come into a length here, and then just sit back. Okay, again, not too much all at once. Just start to feel that little tug in the back of the thigh. Okay, the hamstring. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then bring the foot back under the knee. Okay, and then curl the back toe under. Lift the knee off the ground. Hang out and lunge here. Nice stretch for the leg. And then drop the back heel as you rise back up, up, up into Warrior One. Okay, take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice. And then release the arms. Okay, pick up the heel again. Bring yourself back into a lunge. Lean forward, lean forward. Bring both hands to either side of the foot. Now bend the back knee and step forward. Okay, and then from here, toe heel the feet out to the side. Okay, and then come into a forward fold. It's not too wide because your legs are kind of on the out edge of your mat, but you're coming into a forward fold that feels like you can sense the legs stretching from the back, from the sides. Inhale halfway up. Okay, pick up the tailbone, belly button, exhale, fold forward, head and shoulders comes rolling down. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice. Now bend the knees, bring your elbows to your thighs, and you're just going to come down and up from this. Okay, so just kind of taking that little sumo squat. I want you to feel, again, this variation, this notion that the hips can stay wide open. Nice. And then draw yourself down, bring your hands on your thighs, roll the spine up, up, up. And you're going to come into a little mini star here. Open the arms up, rise up from the middle, breathe. Nice. And then bring your hands to heart center and come into wide Tadasana, wide angle Tadasana, wide mountain pose. Good. And then take that seat again. Nice. Bring your hands to your thighs. Okay. And then from here, a rolling cat and cow. So standing and rolling cat and cow. Draw it in, draw it out. Good. In and out. Again, preparing for the sequence. Good. And then slowly make your way back down, down, down again. Okay. Hands come to the earth. Bend the back knee. And you're going to take that front leg, or for me, it's my right leg, slide it back. But then turn your toes so that you come into a side lunge here. So we're just finding our way over onto one side. Skandasana, this is called. Okay, so just feel a nice stretch to the inner thigh here. Take a breath in. Exhale, you can come all the way down if you like. You can bring your hands to your heart center if you like. You can just stay with the hands to the ground. And then lift up, come into a forward fold. This time, wide angle forward fold. Let the head and shoulders come down. Inhale, exhale. Nice, and just rest in the stretch. Rest in the feeling that the whole of the back of the body is just open, exposed, okay, like the sun is out in the sky, and then the moon in the night sky. Nice. And now bend the other knee, and you're going to come over into a side stretch here. Again, you can bring your elbow onto your thigh. You can come down into full Skandasana. You can have your hands to the ground. Okay, whatever floats your boat. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Good. And then from here, you're going to move the body to that short leg. Okay, so coming into a lunge now, drop the back knee, and then come into a low crescent lunge. Come on up, 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 reach up. So just moving from posture to posture in a really kind of slinky way. Good. And then exhale, fold forward, fingertips find the earth again. Okay, curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the ground. Slide yourself back into that wide angle forward fold. Okay, legs are straight. We're just floating back down again. Inhale, exhale. Good. Bend your knees again. Float over to the other side again. So come into that lunge on the one side. Breathe. Nice. And then turn your body to that short leg. So the leg that's bent, drop the back knee, walk up, 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 low crescent lunge, coming back. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Slide your hands to either side of the foot again. Okay. Curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the ground. Okay, this time you're going to bend the back knee and step forward again into forward fold. Hands come to your thighs, and then rock the spine again in that standing cat and cow. Again, just moving from movement to movement, smooth and control, slow with breath in between. Nice, and then roll the spine up, up, up. Okay, come into a tall mountain again. Okay, and this time we're going to take it over to one side, crescent standing mountain, and then center, and then over, and then center. Good. Hands will come to heart center as we come into Tadasana and just kind of find our way through our feet into our bodies, lifting the crown of the head. Good. And then take a seat. Come into intense pose or chair pose. Okay, and then from here, we're going to just fire up the left leg, or for me, it's the back leg. Lift up your right. Okay, so we've picked up the toe, come into little balance, draw the toe back, 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 tap it down, and we come back into warrior one. Okay, so we're going to evolve warrior one here. Take the lift through the chest. And as you reach forward now, find yourself coming forward, forward, forward. Lengthen the front leg and feel like you're in pyramid pose here. Okay, so the leg is long in the front and the back. Okay, let's unwrap that. Bring the knee back over, come back up to warrior one. Good, flow through that again. Lift up, exhale, float over the thigh, the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale. Good, bend the knee. Okay, float back up. Here's your warrior one again. And then lift up, lengthen the leg, exhale, fold forward again. Okay, this time we're going to evolve into triangle. So your left hand on the left thigh, okay, and then we'll take the arm and reach up, up, up. Okay, triangle posture. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. Good, look down at the ground. Okay, take the arm, bring it forward. Okay, pick up the heel. So we've got both toes now forward in a full pyramid pose now. So just draw yourself back again. Inhale, exhale. Nice lift up, up, up again. Okay, bend both knees, come back, hands to heart center, and then step in again to chair pose. Inhale, rise. And then we're going to take a side bend and back to center. And then side bend again. And then back to center. Okay, find yourself back into chair pose. Okay, we're going to just go to the other side now. Okay, so you're going to fire up the other leg. For me, it's the right. Pick up the heel, slide the leg back, tap it down, and then draw yourself into warrior one again. Take a breath in. Exhale. Now you're going to lift up, up, up with the leg. Good. And then reach forward. Find yourself lengthening the back of the body into pyramid pose. Okay. Take a breath in. Exhale. Bend the knee. Scoop yourself back up again. Float up, up, up. Good. Tilt the hips forward as you come back into pyramid pose. Breathe. Exhale. Bend the knee. Scoop yourself up, up, up again. Take a breath in. Exhale. Okay, adding on to this. Lift up, up, up again. Okay, lean forward. Find yourself all the way now. Take the right hand to the right shin. Okay, and then take the left arm and come into triangle here. Okay, feel the heart exposed. Okay, feel your inner thigh helping you here. Take a breath in. Exhale. Nice, draw the arm back down again. Okay, bend the knee and then lift yourself up, up, up again. Okay, now bring both toes forward again. Bring both toes forward again. So you're going to come into star, okay, and goddess. So take the arms and just open up. So in this beautiful length through the middle of your body, lean back, find a little bit of comfort in a front fascial stretch. Good. Bring the head and rib cage back over the hips. Tuck the heels in now and slide into goddess pose. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale. And then slide back up, up, up again. Heels come back. Come to star. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide back in again, tuck the heels in, come back to goddess. Now in this goddess, we're going to play around a little bit with the core. Okay, so you're going to keep the hips where they are, and you're just going to lean over to one side, brace the abdominals, and then come back to center. Okay, and then lean over to the other side, and then come back to center. One more time, each side, lean over. And center. Do your best to keep pulling the knees to the back. Good. Over again. And center. Nice. And then reach up, come back to star. Bring the toes forward. Now you're going to start to bend the right leg, one leg, and you're going to lift off, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, and then lift and hold, star pose. Okay, take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice, bend the knees, step back. Okay, and I'm going to lift back up into full star, open up here. Exhale. Okay, you're going to take a little squat again. You're going to bend that other leg, step in, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift and hold, star. Pause here, breathe. Inhale, exhale. Nice. Tap down again, back to star. Release the arms, okay? Roll through the shoulders. Good. And we're going to go back to goddess, toes out to 10 and 2 o'clock. Find your arms out again. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. And then over again. And back to center. And then over again. And back to center. And then over again. Back to center. One more time. Over again. Back to center. Expand to star. Okay, we're going to go through that balance again. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Okay, tap in. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and hold. Breathe. Be the star that you are, twinkling in the sky. Breath in. Exhale. Nice. Bend the knees. Stay back. Arms still wide. Lift up again. Tap. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. Lift and hold. Breathe. Nice. Float yourself back down again. Release the arms. Okay. Lengthen the legs. Toes forward here. And we're just going to take a forward fold. So you're going to come into a wide angle forward fold. Okay. Let the heads float down, down, down. Take a breath in. Exhale. Good. Pick up the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Bend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, okay? And then just roll through the spine. Again, standing cat and cow. So just coming back to where we began, Good. We're going to go back to that side lunge and work our way through that low crescent lunge, okay? So you're going to float here. Take your right toe, point it to the front of your mat. Okay, come into the side lunge here again, side lunge. And then walk your way forward, come into a lunge. Okay, so we're just going to oscillate between that. Come forward, toes forward, side lunge. Okay, lift, come forward, lunge forward. Okay, one more time. Turn, come into a side lunge. And then face forward, come into a full lunge, and then drop the back knee and come into a low crescent lunge. Here we go. High, up, 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 up. Good. And just take a little back bend here. Okay. Enjoy the stretch in the back thigh. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice. Release this. Okay. Bring your hands back to either side of the foot. Curl the back toe under if it's not already. Lift up and then come back to center in a forward fold. Head and shoulders come down. Okay, just breathe here. Exhale. Okay, and we're going to practice on the other side. So you're going to come into that side lunge first, long leg on one side. So we're just going into the other side. Side lunge first, okay, and then pivot, turn into a high lunge. fingertips to the ground or your blocks. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. And then come back to center, back into that side lunge. Okay, stay here for a breath. Exhale. And then back into a forward lunge. Okay, feel the legs floating apart. Feel the width of your thighs. And then one more time, back to a side lunge. Pause here. Exhale. And then all the way to that forward lunge. Drop the back knee again. And then come up into a low crescent lunge. Arms lift up here. Take a breath in. Exhale. Nice. And release this. Okay, bring your fingertips to either side again. I'm going to use my blocks here. Curl the back toe under. Lift the knee off the ground. Bend it. Step forward into a forward fold. Hands come to the thighs. Okay, bend the knees. Push into the feet. Root to rise. Come all the way up, up, up again. And then bring your hands to heart center. Good. Release the arms. Nice. Give yourself a little shake. Good time to take a drink. Okay. We're going to come through now the whole of a moon salutation. You've done every single part of it, so you know how to do this. Okay. So you're going to just poke around. And again, you don't have to we're going to go slow enough that you're going to get it. Promise you that. Okay. But just know that you'll always find a spot to start again. Okay. So we're going to start in mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale. Welcome to your moon salutation. Okay. Find your feet on the earth and maybe even close your eyes down. Okay. Think of a beautiful string of your spine reaching down through the legs into the very base of the earth. Okay. The red center of the earth. And this string draws itself down, down, down. And in your mind's eye, with the string, just write your own name. See the cursive or the capital letters, whatever you decide, just write it down into the root of your posture here. Okay, remember that the tethered earth for our bodies, placing ourselves there, no matter how the moon revolves around us, okay, we are tethered, we are grounded. Let's inhale the arms up, okay, and then we're going to just take a side bend over to one side, bring the arm down, have a look over to one side. Good, come back up, inhale, and then over to the other side. Inhale, lift. Good, and do that again. This time both arms stay lifted, up and over. Stay grounded as you lift back up and over. And then float back up. Good, bring the knees to a bend. Hands come to your hips. Step out, heels in, toes out. Come to goddess pose. Okay, so find yourself in this incredibly grounding posture. Remember, this is a big one for the root chakra. Okay, and just like the tides, we're going to turn. So this time, instead of coming side to side, we're going to turn one direction and then the other direction. Okay, sit into your seat. One direction and then the other direction. Good. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Sink a little deeper. Okay. Maybe tuck your heels in a little more so the thighs can go back, back, back. Good. Stay here for a breath. Good. And then as you lift up, open up, 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 take your toes forward, your heels back. Come into star and then lean back. Find a beautiful front fascial stretch here. Inhale, opening up to the universe in star. Exhale. Good. Bring your head and shoulders back over your rib cage. Now take your left toe, point it to the middle of, or sorry, the top of your mat. Okay. And then turn the torso and come into triangle pose here. Okay. So we find ourselves lifted. Feet are kind of in warrior two stance. We're lifting up through the head and heart. Good. And then use the torso to come back up, up, up again. And then reach again, come back to star, and then triangle. Take a breath in, exhale. Good. Look down at your mat. Okay. Bring your hands together, pick up the back heel, and now come into pyramid pose. Okay. Let the head and shoulders float down onto the top of your thigh and pause here. Okay. So feel the stretch in both legs. Okay, inhale and lift. And then exhale, fold over the top of the thigh. Head and shoulders will come as they see fit. Okay, breath in here. Exhale. Good. Now drop the back knee. Okay, and now we're going to rise up into that low crescent lunge. Lift up. Exhale. Good. Slide the arms back and away. Okay, like the tides, pick it up. Inhale, back to that low crescent lunge. Exhale. Okay, one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Good, and then from here, place your hands on the inside of the foot. Okay, pick up the back knee. Slide your body now into that side lunge, which we've done. Okay, hands can come to heart center. You're going to stay low and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Come back up to center. Okay, heels in. Take a squat here. Okay, almost like garland pose or goddess pose. Stay here for a breath. Okay, take the other foot, toe forward, and then come into a side angle lunge here. Take a breath in. Exhale. Hold and breathe. Bring your hands to this earth. Okay, and then come back to a lunge that you drop the back knee for, and we come into a low crescent lunge on this side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms come back. Good. Inhale, lift. Feel the wave. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Nice. Bring your fingertips to the ground again. Curl the back toe under. Lift the knee off the ground. Okay. Step it in a little bit and come into pyramid pose as you take your heart to the top of the thigh. Okay. Inhale here. Exhale. Okay. Float yourself halfway up. And then exhale, fold over. Okay, and then you reach your pyramid pose. So if you want to stay lifted into the head and heart and come down halfway, go ahead. If you want to come all the way down, let the head and shoulders rest. Stay here. Take a breath in. Exhale. Nice. Now as you come up, take your hand on the shin and come into triangle on this side. Good. Stay here for a breath. Exhale, maybe revolve a little bit. Find that opening. Take a breath in here. Nice. Now push into the feet. Okay. Lift yourself up, up, up again. Take both toes forward. Open back up to star. Take a breath in. Okay. Lean back again. Nice. Bend the knees. Okay. Draw the heels in. Come back to goddess. Okay, pause here. Remember goddess? Let's revolve over through the source, back to center, and then over and center. Try to push your thigh bones to the back of the room and center. One more time. And center and hold. Good. Inhale, rise up, up, up. Okay. Bring the toes together, bend the knees, step in. And we're going to take that side bend again. And center. And then over. And center. Good. Arm comes down. Take it over again. Have a look. And center. Other side. And center. And then hands come back to heart center. Back to Tadasana. Pause here. Okay. Release the arms. Okay. Give the legs a little shake. Okay. Nicely done. So we took that pose over pose over pose. We did each section of moon pose and we repeated it a few times. Now, okay, the big finale is we're going to do the entire thing, okay, in a complete flow. Okay. Now, remember, you've done all of this already. Everything changed and we did it differently. And now we're going back to what we've already done. So have faith in yourself and your abilities because you've already done all of this. Okay, so we're going to take it again in a way that you can follow. Okay, so come back to Tadasana, hands to either side. Draw yourself up and welcome to your earth. Remember your name etched into the very corners of the earth. Okay, we're going to inhale and lift. Hands come to heart in Tadasana here. Inhale, lift. Good. Lean over to one side and center, and then over to the other side and center. Step out, toes out, knees in, come to goddess. Sit up nice and tall through the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Float up. Come to star. Reach up and away. Breath in, breath out. Take the front toe, draw it to the middle of your, or the short end of your mat, and come to triangle. Good. Open up through the chest here. Good. Look down at your mat. Bring both arms forward. Pick up the heel and come into pyramid pose. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. Nice. Pick up the back heel. Drop the knee to the ground. Come into low crescent lunge. Beautiful breath in here. Exhale. Good. Float yourself back again. Bring your hands to the inside of the foot. Pick up the back knee and then draw yourself into a low side lunge. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Nice. Come back to center. Take that little sumo squat on the center. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Good. Move over to side lunge on the other side. Stay here. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Turn to the small end of your mat. Drop the back knee. Come into low crescent lunge. Lift through the head and heart. Inhale. Exhale. Float yourself back over the foot. Okay, pick up the back knee, tuck the foot in a little bit. Come on up to pyramid pose. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your hand to your shin. Tuck the back heel in a little bit. Come to triangle here. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Lift up through the chest. Exhale. Nice. Bend the knee. Float yourself up, up, up. Both toes forward now as you come to star again. Breathe in. Exhale. Tuck the heels in. Come to goddess. Sink in. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Toes forward. Release the arms. Step in. Back to mountain pose. Inhale. Lift. And over to one side. Back to center. Over to the other side. And back to center. Nice. Release the arms. Give it a little shake. That was full mountain pose. You did amazing. Okay, so good. We're going to try it again. Okay, so it's just flowing from one to one. The position of your feet, just be mindful of how you position your heels and toes. I will cue it. Okay, so we're going to just go through that one more time. Okay, so think moon salutation. You've done sun, now you've done moon. Okay, starting in mountain pose. Again, make your mark. Make your mark. Arms lift up. Good. Over to one side. And center. Over to the other side. And center. Step out. Come to goddess. Drop down into the earth. Stay here for a breath. Good. Oh, yeah. Open up to star. Toes come forward again. Reach out. Good. Take a breath in. Good. Take the left toe. Point it to the top. Okay. And then slide into triangle pose. Stay here for a breath. Exhale. Look down. Good. Bring the arms back to center. Pick up the back heel as you draw yourself into pyramid pose. Draw the head and heart to the top of the thigh. Inhale, exhale, frame the foot, pick up the heel, drop the back knee, wake up, low crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, slide yourself forward again. Bring your hands to the inside of that foot, pick up the back knee, face forward into that side lunge, any way you shape it. Take a breath in here. Exhale. Come back to center. Take a low, big malasana breath in. Exhale. Side lunge, other side. Okay, so long leg on the other side now. Take a breath in. Exhale. Good. Face the front or the small end of your mat on the other side. Drop the back knee. Inhale. Low crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale. Good. Float yourself forward again. Bring your fingertips to frame the foot. Pick up the back knee. Step in. Lengthen the front leg into pyramid pose. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale. Slide the hand to the shin. Open up to triangle. Find yourself wide open again. Breath in. Exhale. Good. Bend the knee. Bring both arms up, face forward, back into star. Breath in. Exhale. Bend the knees, heels in, come into goddess again. Breath in. Exhale. Good. And then from here, face forward, step in, high mountain. Good. Over to one side. And then center. And then over to the other side. And center. Bring your hands to your heart. Pause here. Exhale. Release the arms. Nice. Give yourself a little shake. Okay, well done. That is the full compass of moon salutation. Okay, you did a phenomenal job. Well done. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to take it down to the earth as we come into our final posture with the little